All right, so you're curious about AI, right?
Who isn't these days?
But get this, I just stumbled across this YouTube video about building an AI-powered insurance blog.
And not just any blog, a completely automated one that's supposed to rake in passive income.
Yeah, you heard that right. Free blog, AI writes all the content money, just rolls in. Sounds too good to be true.
I thought so too.
It definitely has that get-rich-quick vibe, doesn't it?
But the idea that AI can churn out content on demand, even for a niche like insurance, is pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
It really makes you question what content creation will look like in the next few years.
Exactly.
And that's why I had to dig deeper.
This YouTuber walks you through the entire process, and it's surprisingly simple, at least on the surface.
They start by snagging free hosting and a domain name, then dive into keyword research using a tool like SEMrush.
But here's where it gets interesting. They find these insurance-related keywords with a crazy high cost per click, like $13.
Ah, yes, the allure of high CPC keywords.
That means advertisers are willing to pay a premium for clicks in that niche, which suggests there's serious money-making potential.
But also a lot of competition.
It's like finding a gold mine, but everyone and their AI chatbot is trying to stake their claim.
And that's where the AI magic comes in, right?
They take those high-value keywords, feed them into ChatGPT with some clever prompts, and boom, the AI spits out blog posts complete with meta descriptions for SEO. It's like having a ghostwriter on speed dial.
It's certainly an efficient way to generate content.
But the question is, how do you stand out from the crowd when everyone's using the same AI tools?
This is where understanding the nuances of those tools and combining them with your own unique insights becomes crucial.
So it's not enough to just let the AI run wild.
Tell me more about these nuances. The YouTuber did mention having to space out the articles because of limits on the free AI tools.
Right. Many free AI platforms have usage limits to prevent overuse and ensure fair access.
That means you can't just schedule hundreds of posts at once and call it a day.
You need a more strategic approach.
This is where understanding the strengths and limitations of different tools, both free and paid, becomes really important.
It's about finding the right balance between automation and, well, actual human intelligence.
Okay, so there's more to it than just hitting go.
They also glossed over the whole website design and on-page SEO stuff, which I'm guessing is important too.
Absolutely.
Think of it this way. AI might be able to build you a basic house, but it takes a human touch to turn it into a home people actually want to visit and spend time in.
The design, the user experience, the way you present information, all of that contributes to whether or not people will actually read and engage with your content.
So you need a solid foundation, even with AI doing some of the heavy lifting.
But even if you nail all that, there's still this big question looming. Does Google even like AI-generated content?
I mean, can you get penalized for having a robot write your blog?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Can you actually get away with it?
Or will Google sniff out your AI-written content and banish you from search results forever?
Google's always been pretty tight-lipped about their exact algorithms.
But they've gotten really good at detecting AI-generated content that's just thin, repetitive, or keyword stuffed.
They can see right through the robotic writing style.
So what's the secret sauce?
How do you make AI content that Google actually likes?
Think of it less like tricking Google and more like working with it.
You still need to focus on creating high-quality, engaging content that provides real value to human readers.
That means clear writing, original insights, and maybe even a touch of humor. You know, things that make people want to actually read what you've written.
Okay, so quality over quantity.
But how do you teach a robot to be a good writer?
That's where human editors come in.
Even the most advanced AI needs a human touch to polish things up, fact check, and make sure it aligns with your overall brand voice.
Think of AI as a tool for generating ideas, outlining drafts, or even translating content.
But not as a replacement for human creativity and judgment.
So it's more of a collaboration than a hostile takeover.
Exactly.
And that actually opens up some really interesting possibilities.
For example, some writers are using AI to overcome writer's block, explore different writing styles, or even translate their work into other languages.
Making it accessible to a wider audience.
That makes sense.
But even if you address the Google factor, there's still the ethical side of things.
Like, is it okay to use AI-generated content without disclosing it?
That's a huge debate right now.
And there are definitely different schools of thought on this.
Some argue that as long as the content is high quality and original, it doesn't matter who or what wrote it.
Others believe in full transparency, arguing that readers deserve to know if they're reading something generated by an algorithm.
It's almost like the AI authorship question is forcing us to re-examine what it means to be a writer or a creator in the first place.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a conversation worth having. There's no easy answer here.
But it's important to be aware of these different perspectives and develop your own ethical guidelines for using AI in your own work.
Or even just in how you consume content online.
It's like we're entering a whole new world of digital literacy.
Precisely.
And the more informed we are as creators and consumers, the better equipped we'll be to navigate this evolving landscape.
This whole conversation has really gotten me thinking.
We've talked about the technical aspects, the Google game, the ethical dilemmas.
But at the end of the day, can you actually make money from an AI-powered insurance blog or any blog for that matter?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
And unfortunately, there's no magic answer.
Building a successful blog, AI-powered or not, still takes a lot of hard work, strategy, and a little bit of luck.
So what's the verdict?
Is this YouTube guru onto something, or is it all just hype?
So is this YouTube guru onto something? Or is it all just hype? Can you really make money from an AI-powered insurance blog?
Well, like we've been discussing, AI can definitely be a powerful tool for content creation. But it's not a magic bullet. You can't just throw up a bunch of AI-written articles and expect the money to start rolling in.
So it's not as easy as the YouTube gurus make it seem.
Exactly. Building a successful blog takes a lot more than just churning out content, whether it's written by a human or an AI. It takes strategy, a deep understanding of your niche, and a commitment to providing real value to your audience.
Okay, so what does that look like in practice? How do you actually make an AI-powered blog successful?
It starts with treating AI as a partner in the content creation process, not just a replacement for human writers. Use AI to streamline tasks like keyword research, generating topic ideas, or even drafting initial outlines. But then bring in your own expertise and insights to shape that raw output into something truly valuable and engaging.
So it's all about finding that synergy between human and machine intelligence.
Precisely. And that's where things get really interesting. Because when you combine the efficiency of AI with the creativity and critical thinking skills of a human, you can unlock a whole new level of content creation.
It's like having a superpower.
Yeah.
You can scale your output without sacrificing quality or authenticity.
Exactly. And that's ultimately what it's all about. Creating content that people actually want to read, share, and engage with. That's how you build a loyal audience, attract potential customers, and yes, even generate income.
So for those of us who aren't insurance experts, are there any other takeaways from this deep dive? What's the bigger picture here?
I think the biggest takeaway is that AI is changing the landscape of content creation in a profound way. But it's not something to be feared. It's an opportunity to rethink how we approach writing research and even creativity itself.
It's about adapting and evolving alongside the technology, not being threatened by it.
Absolutely. And that requires us to be informed, discerning, and above all, ethical in how we use these powerful new tools.
So true. Well, this has been an incredibly thought-provoking deep dive. We've explored the technical, the ethical, and even the philosophical implications of AI-generated content. I always learn so much from our conversations.
The feeling is mutual. It's fascinating to see how these new technologies are challenging our assumptions and pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
And on that note, we'll leave our listeners with this final thought. As AI becomes increasingly sophisticated, how do we define the value of human creativity and ingenuity in a world where machines can seemingly do it all?
That's a question we'll all be grappling with for years to come.
Indeed. Until next time, this is The Deep Dive, reminding you to stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring the ever-evolving world around us.